Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad to hear this morning. Got a great show lined up, a special guest here in studio. But first, our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin Highway 77. It's going to be a high of 89, a low of 77, and the water temperature has plunged down from 88 degrees down to 87 degrees. That's the first movement we had in water in like 2 weeks. So it's going to got a little current coming through, I'm sure, and drop it to 87, but still warm Gulf water. Just be aware of that when you're getting out. Okay, let's take a look at our river readings. The Apalachicola Bluntstown, looking on the screen there, again, it's been leveled off all week. It's reading a 2.7 this morning. And if you're getting ready to plan for the weekend fishing up on those tributaries, I've got some really good reports from Howard's Creek. I got a good report from Douglas Landing, and some really exciting things going on the river system. On the Choctawhatchee River at Caryville, it's reading this morning a 4.2. And it's got a slow, it's going to sort of stagger today, not too much movement today, but on Friday morning and Saturday morning, have a little bit of a drop. So again, the catfishing will be good out of those sloughs, and it's going to be a pretty weekend on the river systems. It's really nice. And go early so you don't get too hot. By 11 o'clock, you should already have enough of it and have your limit by then. Marine forecast, prevailing south-southwest winds about 10 miles an hour. Remember, those thunderstorms are going to pop up all over the place. They'll pop up quick, and they're going to come up with a good stiff breeze. So just be aware of that when you're out in this area, okay? Let's take a break. We'll be right back with our special guest. Okay, welcome back, folks, and welcome to our special guest, Lisa Fitzgerald. Good morning.
Good morning, Winston. How are you?
I'm doing great. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors.
Well, thank you very much. It's exciting to be here.
Well, listen, we've been communicating online and all, and Lisa's official title is I got it right here, the CCA Star Tournament Director. And we've talked about CCA. I've had them on, Coastal Conservation Association. I've had them on the show last year, and we've got a little chapter started here. But this Star Tournament I've told you about, this is a lady in charge of it, and it's amazing. But before we get to it, I always like to have my guests introduce myself to the viewing audience and tell a little bit about your background. You've been fishing before?
Yeah, I have been fishing before. I actually grew up fishing. My family is a hunting and fishing family. My mom and dad both loved to hunt and fish, although they weren't native Floridians. I am, and it's a wonderful experience to grow up getting to hunt and fish. My background is marketing and public relations, and then moved on into the hunting and fishing industry, and started running hunting plantations and private hunting clubs for about 13 years, and then went on to do big tournaments. The World Sailfish Championships is a tournament that I started, and then I started fishing them. So I fished the IFA, ESPN Redfish Cup, and the FLW Redfish Cup, one of the top ladies teams actually.
Yes.
In the country.
Well, you were telling me y'all worked your way up to the top 10, and with the guys and all, y'all just fit right in there.
We did. There was a group called the All Stars, and we fit in the All Stars. It was the top 10 teams in the country out of 200 and some redfish teams, and our Screamin' Reels and High Heels team, which was a dynamic duo of two women, was able to compete in the top 10 teams. So it was really cool opportunity, and I learned a lot and got to meet a lot of really great anglers on the water, and it's been an amazing journey, and that's what brought me to Coastal Conservation Association. I always thought one day I would be like Jacques Cousteau, that was my dream.
Right.
I had marine biology background. I had 2 years of marine biology in college, but I learned really quickly that that wasn't going to make me the living I wanted, so I went on and went into marketing and public relations, and now I'm so fortunate and blessed to be able to work with such a great organization.
There's some good folks down there.
We're doing a lot. I don't know if you're fully aware, but your chapter here is really dynamic.
Yeah.
You've done a great job with the chapter here. If you aren't involved with coastal conservation, you need to be. And we've done a lot of reefs out on your shorelines. Fort Walton has some really great reef systems now because of a partnership with Coastal Conservation. And we've done some wonderful things throughout the state of Florida and are working on a lot of the water quality issues and many of the issues that affect us. But we're really an advocacy voice for recreational anglers.
And this is true. I've been a member a while, and these folks years ago we talked about the voice we needed for environmentalists and all. We know, and I know you've been around the world, especially around Florida. The Florida Panhandle is unique as far as not being overrun with people, and we still have some really beautiful water. And you know that. So,
yes.
And we need to protect it as much as we can. This is our voice, really, over in Tallahassee and in Washington, really, to get this.
We're doing our best. We do. We go to the steps of our capital here. We go to Washington, and the way that we can be really, really powerful is by having members.
Yeah.
They listen when you're, when you're small. You're kind of like just kind of peck at the window. But when you're an 800-pound gorilla with membership and you walk in and you're there saying, hey, this is what we need to do, things can happen when we all reunite and try and make a concerted front.
And we often use this term here on the show, win-win situation. And this is win-win for the outdoorsman, because we're protecting our area and there's so much can be done. And we're in a unique situation now in the Panhandle where we're getting some money from BP and all, and we can correspond it with some of the things that's on projects and all. And so we're really at a critical stage here. So we need all the folks on our side we can to help out along the shorelines, and you've seen that.
Well, and to make sure that you have places to fish.
Yeah.
And to make sure that you're so blessed to have beautiful grass flats up here and gorgeous areas, and then the deep water drop edges and things out here where you can fish. You have such a diverse area to fish that you're really blessed.
Yeah.
And you want to keep that protected and making sure that everybody's doing the right things. And not always will we always be on the same side. There may be there might be situations where you might not like some of the things that we think should happen, but we need to work together and come to a common ground. But everything is done for the best interest of the habitat and for the fish that we like to catch.
And all the associations we have on here, we talk about the habitat. The National Wild Turkey Federation, the Ducks Unlimited, they all come on the show, and we all talk about the habitat is critical.
It is. If you
Quail's Unlimited.
Quail Unlimited, Ducks Unlimited, all of the. I'm a member of almost all those organizations.
We are too, so that's great. Look, we're going to take a break. When we come back, got some great pictures, and you're also a single mom. You got your boys up here with you, and
yes, I do.
So you've been staying busy.
I have been staying busy, but they're older, so they can take care of themselves.
Okay, we'll be right back. Hey, welcome back. This morning's show is The Beauty and the Beast, and guess who is who? Okay, Lisa Fitzgerald, come up from Orlando. She is a tournament director now. So let's talk about, first of all, before we get to tournament, I got to show two pictures. Let's show this one really quick, okay? This is a good picture of freshwater fishing Sunday in Brushy Creek. I didn't catch a bunch, but did catch some big ones, fishing out of Douglas Landing and Weewall. Maybe Winston Chester will show these on Panhandle Outdoors. So Jamie, Smelko, Ross, you are now on Panhandle Outdoors, and that is some good-looking fish. And the second picture I want to show you, this is a painting, folks. This painting right here is from Dennis Landingham, and Dennis is a really good artist. But look at this picture, really good right here. This is you won't see this anymore. This is down in Port St. Joe. Y'all know where this is. This is a landing down there, pressed nails, and it's modernized now, but Dennis fished there as a kid, and this is how it looks right now. So this is, thanks for that painting, and you folks that go that way, y'all can appreciate it. I know you really appreciate it. But now, let's talk about the tournament.
Okay.
And we got every year, I mentioned this yesterday, so I told them about last year, people caught a tag redfish, and then this year we've already happened 2 times.
Actually 14 times.
No way,
14. We've had 14 tagged redfish caught, and of the 14, we've only had one guy that was registered for the tournament. 14 times we've had to tell people, I'm sorry, you didn't win. We've got $500,000 in prizes. And it's not just tagged redfish, but we still have a Contender 22 with a Yamaha. We have a Pathfinder, Hell's Bay, and a Sea Hunt boat. All of these boats valued at over $50,000. And I don't understand it because people are catching them, They're just not registered for the tournament.
You told me on the phone that some of them released here in the Florida Panhandle.
Oh, yeah, 4 per coastal county.
4
per
county.
Coastal county.
Okay.
You got to know that people, if you're out there fishing, and you're not fishing for redfish, because several of these guys don't fish for redfish. They were fishing for speckled trout, and they caught them.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay, and the first prize was a new truck.
Right, a brand new GMC pickup truck. Valued at almost $50,000, Sierra 4-door, much like what you drive.
Yeah, don't tell me about it. I'm going to trade mine in and win this one. But you still got, hey, those prizes, these are still out there. Go ahead and say it.
We've got the Contender 22 Sport with the 250 Yamaha on it, a Pathfinder, fully loaded. It's got a Hummingbird Helix 10 on it with a Minn Kota
Yeah.
power pole, and then we've got a Hell's Bay, and we also have a Sea Hunt.
Wow, that's some quality boats right there.
And those are just for the tagged redfish.
Okay.
We have 13 other divisions.
Other divisions. Also, I noticed where you had some kids win scholarships and all. You got a youth division.
We have a youth division. Kids ages 6 to 17 can fish the tournament for free. They just have to be a CCA member. It's only $10, and they can win their share of $100,000 in youth scholarships.
We've got some pictures here, and what's fascinating, this is what we were talking about earlier. Let's go ahead and start looking at these pictures here. Talking about this.
Now, this young man, that's Cole, and he won a $5,000 scholarship. He was so excited. We called him up on stage. He's got 4 siblings. Let me tell you, everybody else excels in something. Cole excels in fishing, and for him to be awarded that, it was amazing.
Wow,
and then we have another gentleman here, and that is Cameron, and he is from up in this area. He's up from the Tallahassee area, just a little south of here, and he won a $25,000 scholarship, and this is just for catching fish. I mean, they can catch a ladyfish, a jack, a trout, a redfish, cobia, kingfish, dolphin, sheep's head, any of those species. Mm-hmm. Take a picture of it on the official measuring device, which you can pick up all over the Panhandle. Pick one up, take a picture of it, and enter it. It doesn't have to be the biggest fish.
Wow, that's what's fascinating. Let me go back. Let me go back. We were, let's see, we were right. I've got this bass tournament coming up. We're going to talk about that later. We were right here. I like this one.
Now, this one, this gentleman actually last year caught a tagged redfish and sent us this picture and said, I'm kissing my new boat goodbye. He fishes from a kayak.
That's not a posed picture. That's a real guy.
That's a real guy who sent that to us. Just as you get pictures sent to you, we got this sent to us, and he said, here I am kissing my fish. He was just so disappointed.
Oh, man. Okay, let's go to this next one. This is a good action shot here.
Yep, that is me. Just a little bit of my background. I am an Orvis instructor for fly, and just showing people you can fish from the beach and catch fish.
You get some tagged redfish sent in from this?
Yep, we have a fly division, so there is a fly division. Couple of other pictures, just wonderful redfish that we've caught. That's not a tagged fish, but we have fish all over the state of Florida. Not only are we up in the West Coast, but we're also on the East Coast. So we've had an amazing, now this is another young man. Here's the official measuring device, as you can see. He caught a trout. He entered it in the youth division. Unfortunately, this little guy didn't win, but he's in it again this year, and we hope that he's already just wrecking it by sending in fish. And you can enter 1 fish per day, per species, one fish per day per division. So we have 13 different divisions. Mm-hmm. You got a lot of opportunities and over 30 days left. We have 37 days of fishing still left.
So we were going from Memorial Day to Labor Day.
Labor Day, that's correct. We had 101 days to start with. Yeah. If you didn't get registered in the beginning, there's still time to get registered. It's only $35 to enter the tournament if you're a Coastal Conservation Association member. If you're not, it's $65 and you get a 1-year membership.
That's awesome. That's
awesome. For the chance to win. That's a nice big trout that was caught over on the West Coast here.
How big was that trout?
I think lengthwise it was right at 27 inches.
Okay, good.
Really, really nice trout, and that all caught on artificial. I don't use live bait, so all caught on artificial. And a couple nice redfish that were also caught over on this coast. So, really good fishing over here. Lots of great stuff going on. And here is one of our tagged redfish from last year being released.
Right there in
this year our tags are red. Okay. There is a phone number on them. So when you catch a tagged redfish, you want to make sure that you call within 2 hours of landing that fish so that I know you've caught him, get a picture of him on the official measuring device, clip the tag off the fish, We'll verify it. We have another process after we verify the tag being ours. You do have to go through a mandatory polygraph test.
Oh, bass tournaments do that. All tournaments do that now, or kingfish and whatever, and then, which is fine, and that's what it should be. Because always some people are going to try to fudge.
Well, and it's unfortunate, you know, and the polygraph doesn't catch everybody. But we don't award the prizes until October, so there might, you know, you never know. If you're not doing something right, usually it comes out, don't you think?
I agree, that's right, I agree. And one more picture, this is a pair of pictures, that's a couple of kids.
Yep, these are kids that have actually entered fish in the tournament. And you can enter just about, you know, she's got a little sheep's head and they've got a nice fish up there.
Okay.
You can enter anything in the youth division.
And the beauty of this, it goes on all summer, so you can take a kid fishing and all. We always preach, you know, taking young people out, and this is a great time. Get them registered, and man, what a bonus they
Well,
want.
we already have close to 5,000 recreational anglers participating in the tournament. And the cool thing about this is every entry that you make is not just about entering a fish in a competition. Every bit of information is gathered for data, for habitat mapping and stock assessments for our fisheries management groups.
Wow.
So when they need information, they come to us and we can give them. We don't have GPS coordinates because most of the anglers don't want to give away their secret spots.
Oh, yeah.
But we know an area where they've been fishing and we can give that data.
Well, here, I'm going through a mile, I'm listening, you said 4 per coastal county.
4 tagged redfish
Panhandle
per-
Outdoors serves about 5 coastal counties, and so that's 20 tagged redfish up here.
That's right.
I'm going fishing. Let's take a break.
Well, that's where I went when I got up earlier.
Okay, we'll be right back. Hey, welcome back. We're having a great time here. Let's look at our fishing game forecast before we do anything else. Don't forget that. Brought to us by Barron's Barbecue Shrimp Marinade. Looking on your screen there, actually even numbers this morning, 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. This evening from 8:27 to 10:27. That'll be the 2-hour blocks. We're going to be jumping in the boat. Now, I know you fish your whole life and all. Don't you go through segments where they really bite for a certain period of time and they turn it off and turn it back on?
Oh, yeah.
You see that?
And you know, you can't explain it to someone, but if you follow the tides and the moon phases, you'll find that they're pretty close and accurate.
That is so true. One more quick announcement here. Coming up this Friday night, July 29th, at King's Drugs up here at Chipley. All you folks up there, the bass anglers. This is a tournament they're having up here. They're starting a new tournament. James Eldridge and that group up there. There's his phone number, 896-4340, Hog Wild Bass Trail. And we'll keep you posted on what's going on there. But all you folks up there, King's Drug and Chipley at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Okay. Now let's finish talking about this star tournament. This is awesome prizes, $500,000 worth of prizes. Basically.
Right, 13 divisions. We have and for you guys up here, snook is not one that you'll be able to go after, but spotted trout, sheep's head, cobia, kingfish, dolphin, fly, ladies, kayak, youth. There's a conservation division, a guides division, and you guys have them up here, lionfish. The guy or gal that harvests the most lionfish wins a huge prize, gets to go to the Florida Keys.
Wow.
So, yeah, there's some great opportunities in this tournament. It's a family-friendly fishing competition. They can go online and find us at www.ccaflstar.com.
Okay, and we'll show that on the screen and all. Let's say that one more time. So
ccaflstar.com.
The Star Tournament. Okay.
Yep, the Star Tournament.
And you can pick these up at the bait and tackle stores.
Yep, you've got them. Gosh,
really nice.
You can pick them up at every West Marine store. You can pick them up at your local tackle here, Howell Tackle, Blue Water Outriggers, Howell Tackle,
they all got 'em.
Outcast, everybody.
Okay, now one more thing. If they do catch a tag redfish, what color is it this year?
The color this year is red.
I have just interesting. Have y'all had some older red tags?
Yeah, we have. We've had 2015 tagged redfish caught, and if you're in the tournament and catch a 2015 tagged redfish, you win a $1,000 Engel cooler package.
Oh, good.
So you still win something for catching a fish, as long as you're registered. Now, those guys they get the consolation prize, we send you a T-shirt, even though you're not in the tournament. So
here's my boat. I want a T-shirt.
that's exactly what I want to put on the T-shirts, but they told me people won't wear them.
That's true.
Yeah, I could have won this boat.
I could have won this.
Instead, I got this T-shirt.
Mom brought this lousy T-shirt. Okay, So this I'm excited about it. So we're gonna. I've got a new boat ordered. It's not in yet, but as soon as it gets in, I'm gonna go ahead and catch one. And,
please get out there. But you know, you don't have to be fishing from a boat. You can wade fish. You can paddleboard. You can kayak. Anyway, that you can get on the water to catch a fish. Those redfish are in areas where people fish for redfish. So just know we didn't hide them.
You told me there were a couple already.
Two have already been caught up in this area.
And they had
Niceville.
Really?
Yeah, out of Niceville. Last year we had 4 or 5 caught up this way. Yep. We had one in Pensacola. We had a couple in Niceville. There were a lot of fish caught up this way.
One was brought here to Lynn Haven during the tournament because I actually.
You saw that.
And I actually videoed them releasing it, and so he said, "There goes my boat." So I would be sick if that happened to me.
Well, you know, imagine eating an $80,000 fish.
Oh, okay. All right, real quick, we've got about 2 minutes left. Tell us, you've been an outdoor lady your whole life, and it's important to you and your family, right? Outdoors.
It is the outdoors in every aspect. If you can just do one thing to protect the habitat, make sure, pick up the plastic that you see. If there's a floating bottle on the water, stop and pick it up. If there's line somewhere, do something to better the habitat and better your environment. If you do it every day and everybody does it, can you imagine what our life would be like?
That'd be awesome, and that's why we preach this with our young people on the show, and we got a lot of our outdoorsmen are good about this kind of stuff in this area, so we got to continue doing that. What about your fishing? What are a couple of quick fishing tips?
Make sure that you're fishing when there's tidal movement, when there's current, that you're fishing, that fish always face into the current, so you want to fish with the current. And the old terminology from fly fishing is match the hatch.
Match the hatch.
Match the hatch. So if you're fishing an area with artificials and there's little glass minnows on the top, make sure your bait's the size of what's there. Don't oversize it. You can never almost undersize, but you can always oversize.
Good point.
And then just make sure you have sharp hooks. You're using proper leader material, and it's just all about making sure that there's moving current, in my opinion, because as soon as there's no water movement, the fish quit eating.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Oh, thank you. It was really great to meet you, and I'm excited.
Okay. All right, folks. Thank you all for watching Panhandle Outdoors. You do something good today for your fellow man, and God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.